Hello and welcome to Dayton Gaming, etc. From natural ones to natural 20s, we cover it all. My name is Luke, and welcome to the art desk. It is a bit of a mess, but any good art desk is a hobby desk. There's about 1 million projects started on it, but I've been working. I watched a video the other day on Tabletop Minions about just finishing one project and moving on to the next, just getting it done. And it was really insightful on that. I'd like to talk about Tuesday night gaming. That's our group time we've had since we started. I started with my Tuesday night gaming group. Last night we played Tanks for the Apocalypse. My buddy Jeff ran it. It's a really fun game. You play with a 25 millimeter tanks on a 3x3 board, and you have terrain and stuff up there, and it's he's making a rule set for it, adding on to it, and it's wonderful. I really enjoy that aspect of it. We were having trouble one night. The first night we played it, it was just on a 3x3 space, and we were all sitting there, and we had to get up, move around the table if we wanted to see a certain view or something from a tank for line of sight. And so I happen to have a 3x3 board cut. I have several games like Crisis Protocol and Shatterpoint that I play on 3x3 boards. And I was like, I could use that, and I had a Lazy Susan about 12 inches. This is about it right here. And it just sits here, and it can spin it. So we put the board on top of it and spin it around so we could just sit there. Added a whole new dynamic to the game. It was really cool. So that's a tidbit of information if you want it for your war games or just any role-playing game. If you have a wonderful setup and you just like, you want to see a different view, and instead of having people walk around, get people up out of their chairs, you can just spin it around. I'm wondering, I got a table with like a lip on it, so I can make an adjustment on the height, see if we can get that all figured out as well. My wife had got me this the other day. It's a battle mat. It's a cloth battle mat, and it is absolutely wonderful, beautiful detail. And the best thing about it is, I do fold it, honey, but you can just roll it up like this, keep it like that in a bag or something. As soon as you pull it back out, no wrinkles. No wrinkles. It's wonderful. Some of those neoprene mats, they get folded or something, they get stay in there, and then any like heat or anything gets on them, they fold, and then some brands, not all brands, will have like a line or something that you got to work out or crease. And with that, I was using that mat for the first time this week since I got it, and set up some terrain on it. And I taught my daughter Rules Light version of One Page Rules, the Grimdark Future, where we use Star Wars miniatures. It's a miniatures agnostic game. One Page Rules is. It's a wonderful thing. It's free. OnePageRules.com. Go check it out. They have a fantasy setting, regiments, and then like effectively a future setting like it's called the Grimdark Future, and there's other one is Age of Fantasy, and they have 2 skirmishes, Age of Fantasy Skirmish and Grimdark Future Skirmish. Very easy to learn. They're starting to get a community on YouTube, and there's a lot of great YouTubers out there that are now covering it now. But I got to teach my daughter this game. It was really cool to get her to watch how to learn, and she won the first game she played once we started playing with the rules. She's 4 years old, and so I had to make it simple. I got a 6-inch piece of cardboard and a 12-inch piece of cardboard, an inch thick each, and I just drew lines on them every inch. The 6 inches was for movement, 12 inches was for the shooting range on the guns. And we played with, like I said, the Star Wars miniatures, and it was the B-2 battle droids versus clone troopers. And we played 2 rounds the first night. I won the second round, but she won the first round. And then the second night she came up and she asked me if we could play. We did. We only got through about 4 rounds of the game, and she had kind of lost interest at that point. We had 6 rounds per setting. It was And then I slowly added rules onto it as we went along, just to get her to learn more rules. And something she wanted to do was keep activating the same miniature over and over. And in this, we had to go down the line of the miniatures. And I found these at little tile spacers. They're little X's. And I have blue and white ones that I picked up at Lowe's. And they were on sale. I was like, I'm going to use these at some point. I didn't know what for, if it was for crafting or whatever. But then I was like, you know what? These could be used as tokens to show on the board which ones you've activated. So that's another cheap thing. I think it was like 500 of them for like $5. So it wasn't too bad price wise. And it just really helped enhance the game so she could learn more. And we're going to start just play a couple more rounds of just the simplified rules, and then we're going to start adding more stuff on so she can get a better taste of the game. I'd like to give a shout out to my buddies over at Geek Cabal on YouTube. I've played D&D with one of them one time. That was Bobby. Great guy. They cover everything on their channel. One of the other hosts is Chad, and he's in our Tuesday night group. It has been for several years now. And they cover everything. Movies, TV shows, tabletop games, video games, reviews on it, and they just talk about games and stuff and life in general as well. And it's really, really quite a great channel. They have a lot of information over there. And I want to talk about my buddy PJ Bo. He is the CEO and founder of Faith Forge Games over on YouTube and Facebook. And he is created 2 settings and a rule set for Christian tabletop gaming. And it's really been an honor to be his friend and get to know him through that. And we actually met a couple years ago on YouTube on his first YouTube channel, Roll for Damage, where he makes amazing terrain, and it really helped me boost my terrain with the ideas that he had with EVA foam. The floor mats, complete game changer for me. That was awesome. Whenever I saw that, it really just blew my mind. Whenever he came up with that, that was amazing. We got to talking over YouTube, and we got to be friends on Facebook then, and we've just been friends for several years. I got to meet him last year in person down in Panama City whenever we went on vacation. He came over from his house and stayed over, and him and his family, and they got to meet my family, and it was really cool getting to meet him. That was a very blessed time. That was pretty cool. But anyhow, back to his settings. His first one that he is working on is Tribulation. It's a setting based post-rapture. There we go. Right there. It's really just really cool. Has his own rule set. Beautiful. Came up with it himself. An antediluvian. It's pre-flood in the Bible. So we're talking old stuff. Beautiful pages. You can get the PDFs on. There's links from his YouTube page to the Discord. Hop on there. You can get that. Hopefully we can get something going here. Just the artwork's beautiful in it. There's different abilities in here, classes, cultures. So once again, go check out my buddy PJ over at Faith Forge Games on YouTube and Facebook, and Roll for Damage on YouTube as well for Antediluvian and Tribulation, Christian role-playing game. It's really beautiful, and it's really cool to see him pour his heart and soul into this stuff. It's really cool. He just wants to share the message with people, and he's figured out a way to do it with the subject that he loves, and it's really been a blessing to even be a small part of that, just to hear about it. I'm really thankful for his friendship. And also, one other thing, I was mentioning cheap and expensive ways to enhance your board gaming stuff. I was at Walmart the other day. Always check clearance, people. Always check clearance. 100 building blocks, $5. Can be stacked, make quick, easy terrain. I'm thinking about putting some magnets on these possibly and giving them a quick paint job. Might run some hot glue on them, give them a little bit of texture, get some texture rollers. Might carve them out a little bit. I'm not sure yet. Possibilities are endless with this. I picked up 3 of them. $15. Got 300 pieces of terrain. Real quick, real easy. Beautiful stuff. And this whole podcast slash video thing on YouTube has really just been something that's been on my heart for a little while to do. My father started one over on, it's called One Bounce Swish. He hears people's stories, and him and his friend Chris Spalding. And they interview people about their life stories. It's really a beautiful channel. Go check them out. One Bounce Swish here on YouTube as well. But I didn't do it for the longest time. Starting a YouTube channel, just did I was scared to put my life out there, my experiences and stuff, and that's why I started. Is I just want to share my experiences on YouTube. It's been a absolutely wonderful time in the tabletop community here, getting to know people, whether they be across the world or 2 minutes from your front door if you walk. It's been an honor getting to sit around at a table with a group of guys once a week for going on a decade this year. And just be able to travel with them millions of miles across deserts, across the stars, across down through caverns into dungeons, and then fight grand armies and just be there with them. And just getting to know the guys, even on a personal basis outside of that, it's really been a cool thing. And then getting to go to bigger things like conventions and like Gen Con and Indiana Comic Con, and getting to meet people there and getting to hear their experiences, their stories, which I'm hoping to get a couple interviews up at Gen Con this year, just to even have people say, like, one word to describe the tabletop gaming community. And I think it'll be cool, this whole thing. I'm excited for it. Like always, I'm truly richer for knowing you guys, and we'll see you next week. This is Luke signing off. And I also got a new banner and picture for my YouTube, thanks to my buddy Trey Novak. Thank you for that. I'll throw those up here. They'll be right up here. Aren't those beautiful? Thank you for those, Trey. All right, you guys have a great night.